Here we are. Here we are. Here we are, guys. Here we are. Here we are, boys. Here we are. Here we are, boys, with episode 93. Here we are, boys, with episode 93 come short, boy. Here we are, guys, with episode 93 come short, boy. Anyways, guys, hey, before we get into it, I have to reiterate this every stream. I have to reiterate this every stream. I have to reiterate this every stream. If at any point you'll hear me stutter, if at any point in the stream you'll hear me stuttering or trip over my words, I've got a speech impediment. That's why I stutter. That's why I trip over my words. Anyways, guys, so yeah, if y'all hear me stuttering at any point, I have a speech impediment. That's why I stutter. That's why I trip. That's why I trip. That's why I trip over. That's why I. That's why I trip. That's why I trip. If at any point in the stream y'all hear me stuttering or tripping over my words, I've got a speech impediment. That's why I stutter. That's why I trip over my words. Anyways, guys, let's get the promotional stuff out of the way, and then we can get into it. So, y'all get the boxing stream. Eventually, I'll talk about all the greats. Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, Joe Louis, etc., etc. Eventually, y'all get the boxing stream. And guys, I'm still working on the White Knight on. I'm still working on the White Knight on Ogre's 8, on the Dragon King trilogy, and the Brotherhood of Avaloria, and I'm still working on Gunblade. I'm still working on the Samurai and Gunslinger, of which, hey, before anyone starts spamming it in chat, y'all will have artwork, at least concept art, of both the Samurai and Gunslinger by the end of the year, probably around Christmas or New Year's. So that's that. Anyways, guys, if y'all want to check out any other stuff on the channel, I've got everything organized into proper playlists. Now. So yeah, just feel free to check out anything on the channel. I've got proper playlists now. So that's good. What's up, Kayla? How you doing, my dear viewers? How you doing? Woo! Yeah, I mean, everything's just, it's fine. So, yeah. So what are we gonna talk about, guys? Because we got an hour to kill. Here we have an hour to kill, guys. So what are we gonna talk about? I honestly have no idea. I'm doing good. But yeah, I honestly have no idea what we talked about last night, and I have no idea what we talked about this time, guys. And I am sorry, guys. I'm sorry if for last night's stream I had an idea coming in. I had an idea going into the stream, but then I lost it, and everything is just Don't, my dear viewer, don't, because that's gonna suck. But yeah, guys. Yeah. So yeah, guys, I must apologize for last night's stream because it was honestly dull, boring, and I really didn't talk much, and I had no idea what to talk about because I've got too much in here. I got too much information in my mind to get out to you guys. Like, if y'all want to know what I talk about, if y'all want to know what the channel is about, then just go read the channel, a description. I talk about anime, manga, comic books, history, mythology, philosophy, psychology, all that stuff. I talk about a lot of stuff on the channel, guys. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much. I mean, it still means the world to me that somehow I almost said 400. I wish I could get to 400. I wish I could get to 400 subs, but it's still unbelievable that I've got 300 of y'all. I got 343 of y'all the last time I checked. So that is amazing. That is amazing. So, so yeah, guys. I've tried to talk about a lot of stuff on the channel, but I've failed multiple times, mainly because I can never decide on what to talk about. I can never decide on what to talk about because I have too much to say about too many topics. Like I said, anime, manga, comic books, history, mythology, philosophy, etc., old and ancient fairy tales, and just a lot of stuff, dude. I've got a lot of stuff I'm doing, a lot of stuff I'm working on, and I've got to pace myself truly. I've got to pace myself truly because I honestly, I'm doing a lot, guys, and and at some points it's overwhelming. Hey, but that's okay. That's okay. That's just part of the course. That's just part of the job. So yeah. Yeah, guys, I know the beard and mustache looking very, very crazy right now, but hey, but do not worry, in a matter of days, it'll all be gone. I'll be clean shaven once again. I'll look probably, what, 10, 12 years younger? I, I'm not sure what I want to do, guys. Hey, do I keep the beard or do I let it go? That's the question. To keep the beard or to not keep the beard? I don't know. I don't know, guys. We'll figure it out. Either way, guys. So, there's really no way to describe how I was feeling in last night's stream. In last night's stream, I don't know. It started out good, it started out fine, but then I just started feeling very, very, very odd. Very, very like, I don't have the words to describe it, but I don't know, guys. I don't know what I was feeling last night, and this is why. This is why, and that is why last night is why. How how I was acting and feeling last night is why I think Inside Out and its sequel and those films in general are so brilliant. Because Inside Out deals with those emotions. It's a beautiful, beautiful psychological film. Inside Out is truly brilliant. Hey, the first one and the second one. So in the first film, here we have 5 core emotions: joy, sadness, fear, disgust, and anger. And then and then it and then the first film takes you from Riley being a baby up until she's 11 years old, and and she ends the film at 12 years old, and and then in the sequel, Inside Out 2, she's 13, so she's a teenager. She's going through puberty and all that, and that's its own nightmare. And because at some point we've all been teenagers, and if you're not, you will eventually go through it. It's okay. And this is why I think those films are so brilliant. They are beautiful, beautiful psychological films. I mean, like, in just if you have Disney Plus, I implore you. If you have Disney Plus, I implore you, leave the stream right now and go watch those films. They are truly, truly brilliant. I implore you, please go watch those films, because those films are truly, truly great. Good. You have no excuse then. Go watch the films, Kayla. Go watch Go watch the films when you have time, or if you have time, go watch them. They're so good. They are just it's mind blowing of how good they are. What's up, guys? What's up? All right, all right. Stick around, gang. Stick around. It's all right. It's all right, and stick around. But yeah, guys, yeah, I'm really not sure what to talk about here, guys, because like all this stuff is very very interesting. Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? Hey, for those of you that just, hey, for those of you that are just tuning in, welcome, all to the stream. I don't know what to talk about though, guys. I don't know what to talk about. I mean, I just got done. Now, this may be a unpopular opinion, like the Michael Bay Transformers films are, in my opinion, not very good. But, but yeah, the Michael Bay Transformer films are not very good. I'll grant you that. But I just got done watching the first one like an hour ago. So yeah. And the beard, it does itch. It does itch. That's why I'm thinking about just getting rid of it in a few days. I don't know though. I don't know. Ooh. Anyways, guys, yeah. Dang, 11 minutes of 11 minutes have already passed. 11 minutes have already passed. That's insane. That's good. That is good because in last night's stream I was just waiting. I was just watching the clock tick away until we hit the hour mark. What's up, my dear viewer? What's up? What do you want to know? But yeah, guys, I've just been here just talking, and it's been great. It's been good. So yeah. Woo. But yeah, man, I'm just having fun, guys. I'm just having fun just writing all this stuff and just learning about all this stuff, guys. It is uber fascinating just to learn and listen and read and write and do all this crap, guys. It is very, very entertaining too. It's very, very good. Sure, sure. Go ahead and tell me. Go ahead and tell me something, my dear viewer. What is it? Guys, I'm sorry. I'm talking to chat right now. I know there's dead silence. That's because I'm actually paying attention to chat. But that's okay. Alright, alright. Oh, I gotta hate my nose. I hate my nose, man. I hate my nose. Just give me a second, guys. I'm dealing here with allergies. It is just, God. I hate it. I hate allergies, man. They suck. Allergies, man. Allergies are just horrible. And my nose and everything's just, it's okay. It's okay. What's my favorite food? I don't know. I'd have to get back to you on that. But yeah. Anyways, guys. So yeah. Like, I mean, next year is quickly approaching. 2025 is quickly approaching, and I've just got plans for it. I've got plans for 2025. I should play music in the background. You say, I would. I would play my own stuff, guys, because I've created a lot of music. Hey, but here's the thing. All the music is on my phone. I do not have any of the stuff like on any other device. All my music is 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 on my phone. So I would have to in stream and start the music that way. So I know it's rather quiet. I know it's rather quiet, but that's how we do it, guys. It's just me talking, and there's like no distraction. So yeah, man. Like there's an awful lot to actually a discussion on to discuss and all that. I hate my nose. That's okay though. Jesus, man, we already 15 minutes into it, man. Man, this is just flying by. I love it. I love it. This is just flying by. But yeah, I know a lot of people don't like the Michael Bay Transformers films, and granted, I don't either. But I cannot help but admire those. At least the first film, right? At least the first film of how, and because of how well the technology and the CGI holds up. The CGI in the Transformer in the at least in the first film holds up quite well. Like I love how Prime and I love how Prime and Megatron and 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 Bumblebee are brought to life. It's so cool. It is so cool of how the Transformers are actually brought to life and all that. I really do enjoy that. Plus, hey, the voice actor for Optimus Prime. Hey, the voice they chose for Optimus Prime is just so good. His voice is so soothing. I could listen to him for hours and hours and hours. It's just so soothing and so relaxing. It is it is just so relaxing. But yeah, guys. Yeah. Speaking, I'm sorry, guys. I really can't think right now, but that's okay. Speaking of my music stuff, guys. He's speaking of my music. We're speaking of my music stuff, right? We're speaking of the music stuff. I uploaded my final two songs at least for this year, and you'll get more music on. The next song is coming on January 2nd, so that should be fun. And then you'll get the next song on the 4th, of which is 2 days after the first one comes out. But yeah, guys, I've got everything planned accordingly and properly. Like, I mean, I've got a lot of stuff planned for next year, and I mean a lot of stuff planned. Yeah, yeah, go ahead and tell me. So, what do you want to know, my dear viewer? What do you want to know? Sorry, guys, I'm talking to chat right now. That's okay. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't. What is my what? Oh, what's my favorite food? What's my favorite food? Off the top of my head, guys. Sorry, my throat's kind of scratchy too. It's rather annoying. No. I'm not bored, guys. I'm not bored. I don't. No, no, I'm not bored. But what's my favorite food off the top of my head? Pizza. Even though that's not my actual favorite food, y'all. Even though it's not my favorite food, y'all put me on the spot. I had to think of something, so I'll say pizza for now. But yeah, guys. I love just doing all this stuff, guys. It's very, very fascinating just reading and studying all this stuff, right? Like I'll give you all a perfect example. I'll give I'll give you all a perfect I'll give you all a perfect example, right? Like Caesar salad is good too. Oh god, my throat. It's all it's all right. Yeah, I love me a good burger, man. I love me a good burger. Anyways, guys, so yeah, I'm really just like, I just, I just, I had a thought and then I lost it. Wow, I am just, that's all right. That's all right. That's okay. But yeah, guys, I mean, clearly this stream has gone faster than the last one, of which is good because I'm actually excited. I'm talking to y'all, like, I'm just telling y'all stuff I like and all that stuff. So yeah, thank you, my dear viewer. Thank you for subscribing. But yeah, so that's good. That's good, guys. Plus, like, I've read a lot of good books, guys, and I know, hey, The Hunger Games, hey, The Hobbit, hey, The Lord of the Rings. Y'all know all that. Y'all know all that already. Y'all know I've read these books already. But I want to talk more about the horror stuff, guys. And even though it's around Christmas time, and I should have talked about this stuff in October, hey, when it was Halloween and all that, I can't help myself. I like the horror stuff. It, and particularly Edgar Allan Poe. Now Poe was a pure genius when it comes to horror. When it comes to horror, Edgar Allan Poe was a pure genius. I mean, hey, The House of Usher, Telltale Heart, hey, The Mask of the Red Death, hey, The Cask of Amontillado. Just grade A horror, man. Very, very good. Especially Telltale Heart. Telltale Heart, Telltale Heart, fascinating story, truly, truly twisted, and just it's fascinating. Plus, I like diving into history and seeing what humans did back in the old days. Like the 20th century is one of the most fascinating periods in all of history, in my opinion. And yes, guys, I know, I'm sorry. I went from talking about horror and Edgar Allan Poe and his stories to talking about actual history. I know I can never stay on topic. I'm sorry. I am sorry, guys. I can never stay on topic. I can never stay on topic, and I don't know why. But let me at least try, guys. Let me at least try to shift back to Edgar Allan Poe. Because The Telltale Heart is a fascinating story, truly. So basically this dude, he he lives a rather like poor, impoverished life, I think. And he's got this neighbor here with this really messed up eye. This almost like eerie, this almost like eerie, creepy, demonic, almost looking type of eye, I guess. He's got this really messed up eye. Is what I'm trying to say. And the man, over 8 nights, plots his death because it would be rude to kill him while he's awake. The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe is what is my favorite story by Poe, or at least it's my favorite horror story by Poe. So he commits to the murder. He kills the elderly neighbor here with the messed up eye. And then what he does is when the police arrive, because the people across the street called the cops, hey, due to a noise complaint and all that. Then hey, when the cops come a knocking, the man puts them at ease. Hey, with his calm and charmful demeanor. It's very, very fascinating. What he did, guys, he hit the dude up. He cut his neighbor up into little tiny pieces and put his dismembered body parts under the floorboard. It's a truly, truly twisted story. Telltale Heart is truly a twisted story by Edgar Allan Poe. But Poe was such a genius here with his storytelling. I mean, it was truly, truly surreal, guys. It was truly, truly surreal. I really enjoyed it. I enjoy Edgar Allan Poe's writings, and not just his horror stuff, his mystery and adventure stuff as well. Like, there's so many stories by Edgar Allan Poe that I enjoy. Granted, most of it is horror, but you get the point, right? Like, Edgar Allan Poe is such a brilliant writer, and I'm ashamed to say that I cannot go in depth here with any of his stories, other than Telltale Heart, of which I've tried to do just then, but I failed at miserably because I need to continue writing. I need to continue thinking on these things, and the more I read and write, the better off I'll be. The more I learn to read and write, the better off I will be. Because I believe there's no difference between writing and thinking. It's a fascinating thing, right? Truly a fascinating thing. And I'm not sure what to do, guys. I'm not sure what to do because I find myself conflicted and diverging on a lot of paths here, guys. Like, there's a multitude of roads for me to go down, and I want to go down all of them in a metaphorical sense, right? I want to be a comic book writer. I want to be, like, I want to travel the world and, like, do lectures and all that. Or maybe I should get my psychology license. I don't know. All I know is that right now, there is a lot of opportunities out there for me to take advantage of, and I'm not sure which one I want to go down. I know my passion though. I think I know what I want to do in a realistic sense. I want to tell stories. I believe I was put here on this world to tell stories. Now, am I any good at it? Am I any good at storytelling? That remains to be seen. Because next year I will be releasing my first two stories, The White Knight and Ogre's 8. Now, The White Knight is coming out in May of next year, and it is one chapter, 20 pages, 4 to 6 panels per page. Same with Ogre's 8. Ogre's 8 is one chapter, 20 pages, 4 to 6 panels per page. And Ogre's 8 is coming out in October next year, so just keep an eye out for that. But yeah, guys, I find myself diverging a lot here because I'm unsure. I'm unsure of which path to take because because a lot because I can't make up my mind. Plus, I want to keep the YouTube thing going. I want to keep doing these nightly streams for y'all. Plus, I want to keep producing music, even though I don't do the music stuff professionally and I do it more as a hobby. I create music as a hobby. I do not do it professionally. I just upload the music to the channel, and that's it. I do not do the music stuff professionally, and nor would I want to do it professionally. I know where my passion truly lies in storytelling, in comic books, right? Because I love comic books. Particularly, I love anime. I love manga. I love the Japanese style of comic books. In other words, I love manga. So like I love this type of comic book, right? I love this type of comic book, of which this is a Japanese comic book, otherwise known as manga. It is so well done, and the artwork is it is great. It is good. It has good artwork. There's actually great artwork in this book here. Now, I dare not show you it because the content in here is truly vile and disgusting at points. But but that's okay. Well, that's debatable if it's okay. But hey, but hey, but but bottom line is, outside of outside the actual story, okay, speaking as someone who loves art and loves storytelling, but taking the story and the actual context out of the book, taking the context and storytelling away for just a moment, I can appreciate the actual art in this book. It is so well done. So yeah, that's really what I like. Like I could. Oh crap! Don't fall, please. Don't fall. Sorry guys, I gotta get everything situated. There we go. Okay, everything's fixed. So that is rather good, really. So yeah, I mean, like that type of storytelling is what I like. Is what I would like it to do, realistically speaking. Even though, guys, I cannot draw personally. I cannot draw. I cannot draw with the crap. So I would have to find a artist and editor to work with. I would have to find a artist and a editor to work with, of which I don't think would be that hard, really. I don't think it would be that difficult. I don't think it would be that hard. But yeah, man, it's just it's just amazing, right? Like I love Berserk. It's a good story, albeit has some disgusting material in it. Like it's still a good story. And it has phenomenal artwork still. Like I love Dragon Ball, Bleach, One Piece, One Punch Man, Full Metal Alchemist. I love My Hero Academia. I love all those anime guys. As y'all can tell, I clearly like anime and manga, and I do think that manga in particular is a very, very good way of storytelling. Truly, I do. And I think that it can be done in America. I do believe there can be American manga. Like, this is the this is the obvious example, right? This is the obvious example, but I believe it can be done. Now, this is the obvious example, but there's a French mangaka called Radiant, and the author is Tony Hivalente. Tony Hivalente is a French mangaka who publishes manga in France. Now there's another mangaka by the name of White Manga. I do not know his actual name. Sadly, I do not know his actual name. I just know him by White Manga because he has a YouTube channel by that same name. He has a YouTube channel named White Manga, and he creates manga in America. And his series he created is Apple Black. And he works with a manga publishing company out here in America called Saturday AM. And Saturday AM is a very cool, but I'm skeptical. I'm very, very skeptical about their stories, but I would like to get my hands on them. I would like to get my hands on a few of their stories, the main one being Apple Black, and review them on the channel, and like decide for myself if these guys are actually worth it or not. Also, there's another smaller publisher in America right now that's really not that well known called Unsolo Go, of which they do the exact same thing that Saturday AM do. They publish manga in the West, in America. Now, Unsolo Go has a particular term for their manga, and their manga is called mana. MANNA, mana. Now, mana is just American manga, I believe. So yeah, I've looked up a lot of stuff on those guys in particular on Solo Go, and I've done a lot of research on Saturday AM. As you can see, guys, I'm talking about Japanese. I'm talking about the Japanese style of comic book, except done in America. Now, if I could swap topics to actual traditional American comic books like Marvel and DC, they're not doing that good right now. They are not doing that great right now, of which is very, very interesting. And yes, the independent scene of comic books isn't doing that great either. However, there's one standout company in the independent scene of traditional American comic books, in my opinion, and that is the Ripperverse with Eric Hidgelei. Now, Eric Hidgelei is the creator and founder, and I believe the head of creative at the Ripperverse. He does traditional American comics, and he wants to compete with Marvel and DC, of which he started this company in 2022, I believe, and so far, even though I haven't read any of his stuff, it seems like he could be a competitor over time. Eventually, maybe he could be a competitor. Who knows, really? I mean, like, who knows? But it is interesting. It is interesting. And then we have like your standard And then we have your standards like Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, Image. Of which, let's talk about Dark Horse for a minute. Let's talk about Dark Horse Comics just for a second. Because actually, I showed y'all earlier. If I'll pull it back out again. This is this is a manga. The, this is a Japanese comic book. This is a Japanese comic book. This is a manga. However, this was published and distributed in the West by Dark Horse Comics. So, Dark Horse Comics does dabble. Dark Horse Comics does dabble in a bit of manga. They published the English translation of Berserk, and I believe a few others as well. I'm not really sure on those, but yeah, like it is interesting, guys. It is very, very interesting. Now, going back to Dark Horse and the more so the comic book sense, I've also got another a phenomenal comic book, Mike Mignola's Hellboy. Now, Mike Mignola is a phenomenal artist. He's a phenomenal storyteller. I love the Hellboy comics. They're so well done, and they're just so beautiful. I would get the comics out right now, but I can't, sadly, because they're honestly a bit heavy, and I don't know where they're at. I showed y'all the Hellboy comic books in a prior stream, but I don't know where they're at. Sadly, I think I lost them. I'll have to find them again. But yeah, guys. So the Hellboy comics are great. I think, or did, wait, I'm confused now. I'm confused. Did Dark Horse publish the Mask comics, or was that Image? You know the, early 2000s, or no, the 19, I believe, Hey the Mask, Hey with Jim Carrey. I believe Hey the Mask, Hey with Jim Carrey came out in 1999, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, point being, that movie, it was originally based off of a comic book. And I'm not sure who distributed the comic books. Hey, was it Image or Dark Horse? I really don't know. I'll have to look it up after the stream. Anyways, yeah, Hey the Mask is another a phenomenal comic series, although The Mask is very dark and mature, a lot like Hellboy actually. But yeah, I mean, it's just uber fascinating of all this stuff, guys, of all the comic stuff and all the manga stuff, because I am truly fascinated by it. This is what I want to do. At least I think this is what I want to do. Honestly, I'm not sure. I know I want to be a writer. I'm just not sure in what capacity. I want to be a writer. But yeah, I mean, I'm clearly interested in comic books. My favorite my top two favorite superheroes of all time are Superman and Spider-Man. So yeah, those two are my favorite superheroes of all time, and my favorite villains of all time. That's a tough one. My favorite villains of all time. give y'all my top 2 favorite superheroes of all time, Spider-Man and Superman. But my 2 favorite villains of all time, one from Marvel and one is from DC. Okay, let's see here. Joker from DC, and let's see, who's a good pick from Marvel? Who is a good pick from Marvel? I honestly don't know. I need more time to think about it. Because Marvel has so many great, iconic villains, and don't get me wrong, DC does as well. But it's a hard pick. It is a very, very hard pick, you know. I don't know. Superman and Spider-Man and okay. Superman and Spider-Man if my heroes, if my top 2 heroes of all time. And if my top 2 villains, I would say Joker and Joker and I really don't know, man. I'm trying to think of a Marvel villain. Let's see here. Let's see here. Yes. I remember now. I re- I remember. I remember now. So, for my 2 favorite, for my 2 favorite superheroes of all time, Superman and Spider-Man. And for my 2 favorite, for my 2 favorite villains of all time, Joker and Doctor Doom. There you go. There you go. So, my 2 favorite heroes are Spider-Man and Superman, and my 2 favorite villains of all time, Joker and Victor Von Doom. So yeah, Sinister Six is good. The Sinister Six is very good. In fact, I love the X-Men. I love Wolverine. I love the Fantastic Four. Silver Surfer. Hey, by the way, the Silver Surfer is number 3 as far as heroes go. But yeah, I mean, there's just so many. There's so many great. There's so many great heroes and villains in the Marvel comics. How do I feel? How do I feel about Iron Man as Doctor Doom? How do I feel about Downey as Doctor Doom? I'm I my feelings I'm conflicted, my dear viewer. I am conflicted. I am conflicted about this. Because he had such a good send off in Endgame. Why bring him back as Doom? Why not cast somebody else as Doom? Also, guys, this is just my opinion. This is just my opinion personally, but I think the MCU has been steadily getting worse ever since the end of Endgame. Ever since the end of the Infinity Saga, I feel it's been getting worse and worse. Now, yes, hey, before y'all say anything, guys, I will admit, we have had some good movies in the post-Infinity Saga era. In phase 4 and 5 of the MCU, I will admit we have had some good films. But honestly, I'm not I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Hey, but I'm I'm very very skeptical about the future of the MCU. Like, hey, with Deadpool and Wolverine now being in the MCU, it does give me hope. It does give me hope. However, guys, so let me finish my thought and then I'll get back to you, my dear viewer. However, guys, I am cautiously optimistic with Deadpool and Wolverine now in the MCU. However, if they screw up the Fantastic Four, if they screw up the Fantastic Four, I'm done. Anyways, now I'll get back to you, my dear viewer. Okay, let's see here. So, who do I think is the best Spider-Man? Also, yes, Loki. Loki. He was very good. Loki. He was that show. It was an outlier. That that show was actually good. Anyways, let's get back into the chat. Just right quick. So, who do I think is the best Spider-Man? I think you asked me this in one of the earlier streams I did, and I gave you my answer. Andrew Garfield. I believe Andrew Garfield. He's my favorite Spider-Man. Is he the best Spider-Man? No. Objectively, in my opinion, the best Spider-Man is Tom Holland. Although Andrew Garfield is my favorite Spider-Man. Is is Andrew the GOAT? In my opinion, yes. In my opinion, yes. But I have to concede that Tom Holland seems to be the superior, ha, aren't I clever? He's the superior Spider-Man. Ha, aren't I funny? But yeah. Well, yeah, guys. So that's my that, that's my thoughts on that. That's my thoughts on that. Yeah, but if they screw up Hey the Fantastic Four, then I'm officially out. I'm officially done here with the MCU at that point. I honestly don't know about that. I don't know, my dear viewer. I don't know. But yeah, guys. It's very very interesting to see all this go down. Interesting. Interesting. I'm good, my dear viewer. I'm good. So yeah, guys, it's very very interesting, right? Because if they screw up his Fantastic Four, if Marvel and Disney screw up his Fantastic Four, I'm done. Because that's what started it. That because that's what started it, guys. In 1961. In 1961, In 1961, in 1961, Stanley and Jack Kirby, when Marvel, he became Marvel, basically. Stanley and Jack Kirby created the Fantastic Four, Marvel's first family. If they screw this up, guys, if they screw this up, I'm done. I will be officially out of the MCU entirely. I'll be I'll be done with it. I'll be done with it. They cannot under any circumstances, screw up Hey the Fantastic Four. I'll have to look more into that, my dear viewer. But yeah. Anyways, guys, those are my thoughts on the MCU. And if we could go back into the comics for just a second, go back to the actual source, go back to the actual source material, it's very, very fascinating because I've read a lot of comics. I've read a lot of DC and Marvel comics. I've read a lot of Superman and Spider-Man comics, obviously. They're my two favorite heroes of all time. I've read a lot of good Spider-Man and Superman comics, obviously. I've read a lot of good Batman comics. I've read a lot of good Daredevil comics. Now, Daredevil, Matthew Murdock, he's one of my favorite superheroes as well. Because Matthew Murdock is a lawyer by day, crime fighter by night. Plus, he's just a good old Catholic boy. You can never go wrong here with that. But yeah, I like the religious aspect of Daredevil, not for any particular reason, just to see something different in comic books, right? Just to see something different in storytelling, I guess. But yeah, Matt Murdock is a phenomenal. Like, I love the Hand and Elektra and all that. Plus, guys, completely on a completely unrelated note, TMNT, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is kind of related to Daredevil in a way, because now it's not confirmed. It's just a theory. Hey, but it's fun to think about, truly, because the same radiation or the same ooze or the same material that blinded Matt Murdock, that blinded Matt, the same stuff that made Matt blind is theorized to be the same, is to be the same material that mutated the turtles. It's fascinating. I don't believe so. I don't believe TMNT is these. I don't believe Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I do not believe that TMNT is DC. I don't believe that. Now, I could be wrong about that. I could be wrong about it, but I doubt it. They met Batman in the shows. Yes, this is true, but how about the actual source material? How about the actual comics? How about the original Mirage run? How about the original comic books? How about the original TMNT Mirage comic run? I don't believe that the TMNT franchise is connected to DC. At least not the original comics. Although I could be wrong about that, like I said. However, it is a fun theory, guys. It's a fun theory nonetheless, because the same ooze that gave Matt his powers and that made him blind It's the same ooze hit that mutated hit the 4 turtles. Yes, I do know about Transformers, obviously. But yeah, guys. Plus, there are parallels. Plus, there are parallels hit between the universe of. There's parallels hit between Matt Murdock and the Timothy stuff. Like, Matt Murdock has the hand, and the turtles have the foot, and all that. All very, very interesting parallels. If you want, you can do digging and find this stuff out if yourself. It's very, very interesting, guys. It is very, very interesting, and all that. It's very, very interesting, guys. It is just super, super engaging, and I love this stuff to death. I love comic books. Clearly, I love comic books. Jesus Christ, I've talked about them to death. Clearly, I love anime and manga and TV shows like Wall-E and Inside Out and all that. It's truly brilliant. Anyways, guys, here we have hit the hour mark. And with that, guys, I am anyways, guys, here we have hit the hour mark. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, turn on post notifications, so that we never miss a video and you'll be notified whenever I upload. And with that, guys, I am outie. I love you guys and thank you guys.